Okay, dito naman po tayo sa ano, no, executive clemency, no? Ano po ang ibig sabihin ng executive clemency? It is the power of the president to grant reprieves, pardons, whether absolute or conditional, commutation of sentence, remission of fines, at saka yung power to grant amnesty. Nakahiwalay po yung amnesty kasi alam naman natin na ang amnesty kailangan ng concurrence ng Congress, no? All members of the Congress, majority of all the members of the Congress. So, ganito lang po para maintindihan nyo. Ang concurrence po para sa treaties, Senate lang. Okay, tandaan nyo ha. Kapag po, kapag amnesty, lahat ng houses, hindi lang po Senate. Okay, let's go back, no? So, what are the limitations, no, to the power to the power of the president, no? So, it can only be granted. Ito po yung sa ano, no, sa wait, limitations on the power. Okay. To yes, no, tama. Power to grant reprieves lang to, no, hanggang amnesty. Yan, no. Iba ang limitation sa amnesty. Okay, so bago pala tayo pumunta dyan, tandaan nyo, the president has the power to restore the political and civil rights of the person pardoned. Ito pong Resus Vidal versus Comelec. Pwede kayong tanongin dito sa political law at saka sa criminal law. Pwede either way. Okay, pwede po siya either way. Sa criminal law, tatanungin kayo using, ang sagot nyo doon, using Article 36 of the Revised Penal Code, if my memory serves me right, no? Tapos, kapag dito naman, syempre, general principles ng ano, ng powers of the president, di ba? Okay, so, ito po ba, no? Did the Revised Penal Code dictate as to the form, okay, of the pardon? Ibig sabihin, the framing, the phrasing of the pardon, did the Revised Penal Code provide for the phrasing, the format, the form of the pardon? The answer is no. Hindi po nagbigay ang Revised Penal Code. Ang sabi lang po dyan, under Article 36, no? Lang. Pardon, its effect. Nakalagay lang po dyan, a pardon shall not work the restoration of the right to hold public office or the right of suffrage unless such rights be expressly restored by the terms of the pardon. Nakalagay po, unless such rights, ibig sabihin yung political and civil rights of this offender na expressly restored sa by the terms of the pardon. So kung nilagay po sa absolute pardon, nakalagay lang, he is hereby restored of his political and civil rights, okay na po yun. Ibig po sabihin, pati yung right nyo to hold public office, right to run for the elections, right to vote, right to be voted for, yung mga yan, expressly restored na po. Okay, so ito po sa limitations na tayo, no? Sa pardon na lang tayo, wag na sa commutations, no? Wag na tayo doon. Okay? It can only be granted after conviction by final judgment. So pag absolute pardon po ang gagawin, kailangan magkaroon muna ng conviction. Hindi pwedeng during trial magpa-pardon ka na. That is unconstitutional. Next, it cannot be granted in case of impeachment. So what does this mean? Pwede ba i-pardon ng president para di ma-impeach? No. Okay? It cannot be granted in violation of election laws without the favorable recommendation of the COMELEC. Ibig sabihin, meron tayong checks and balances kapag election law, election offense, no? Halimbawa, ano ba, mga election offense? Example of election offense. So, hindi naman ako iba ang mag-handle election law for this one. No? Ang example po niyan, okay, pandaraya during election, no? Okay. Offense yan. Okay? So, yan po, hindi pwedeng ma-pardon yun ang daya sa election unless may favorable recommendation ng COMELEC. Okay? Next, it cannot be granted in cases of legislative contempt or civil contempt. What does this mean? What does this mean? Ibig po sabihin, hindi pwede i-pardon kapag kinontempt ng legislature kasi ayaw pumunta sa Senate hearing or sa House hearing, House committee hearing, no? Hindi pwede i-pardon para makalaya kasi it would encroach, ayun na naman tayo, it would encroach upon the powers of the legislature. In other words, violation of the doctrine of separation of powers. Yan. Next, it cannot absolve the convict from civil liability kasi nga wala namang criminal na pinag-uusapan natin dito. Liability, hindi naman civil. And it cannot restore public offices forfeited. Ibig po sabihin nito, Pag nakulong tayo, di ba? Murder, sabihin natin, plunder, tanggal na tayo sa pwesto. Kung mapapardon man tayo with restoration of political and civil rights, hindi na po tayo mapupunta doon sa dati nating public office, no? Takbo tayo ulit. Kung gusto nating makuha yung office na yun. Okay. Okay, so ayan, ito po, no? What is pardon? No? Pardon is an act of grace which exempts an individual from punishment for a crime he committed. Tandaan nyo ha, for a crime he already committed. So kailangan may conviction by final judgment. So kinds of pardon, the pardon is in the nature of a contract between the president and the convict kapag conditional. The pardonee is duty bound to comply with the conditions of the pardon. What does this mean? Ang usual po na conditional pardon is hindi siya gagawa ng crime while he is released, no? After his release, ang condition is he will not commit any other offense punishable by law. So paano pag nag-commit siya ng offense? Ang tawag po dyan sa revised penal code, other evasion of service of sentence, other cases of evasion of service of sentence, at saka kasi violation of conditional pardon yun, plus yung bago niyang offense. So magiging dalawa. Okay? Evasion of service of sentence, yung una, na crime na kinumit, tapos yung new offense niyang kinumit. Something like that. Absolute pardon, unconditional, unrestricted. Okay, you get the point. Effect of pardon. Saka effect of amnesty, no? Sabayan natin itakel. Pardon abolishes the punishment and does not restore the rights to hold public office or the right to vote unless expressly restored by the terms of the pardon. In short, it looks forward. Pardon looks forward. Pardon only abolishes the punishment but does not, no, look backward. How about amnesty? Amnesty looks backward, abolishes, and puts into oblivion the offense itself. No? The person released by amnesty stands before the law as though he had committed no offense. So sa pardon, he committed an offense. However, he will not be punished for the commission of this offense. Meanwhile sa amnesty, he never committed any offense in the first place. Yun po ang kailangan makita sa inyo pag itinanong ito, distinguish pardon and amnesty. Yan ang una dapat nakikita sa inyo. Pangalawa na lang po yung final, tatlo yan eh. Kung sabihin natin, 3-point question, pwedeng tatlo. Ito yung una, nature. Pinaka-important yan lagi pag magdi-distinguish ka ng something, always start with the nature. Next, the concurrence, di ba? Of at least majority of all the members of Congress is required for there to be amnesty, no? For a person to be granted amnesty. Meanwhile sa pardon, no need, no. Only the president can exercise the power to grant pardon. Lastly, in amnesty, the person can be granted amnesty even during trial. On the other hand, pardon, it can only be granted after there is conviction by final judgment. So may tatlo tayo na pagkakaiba. Okay? Sige. Okay na to, pakibasa lang to, effects of the other forms of executive clemency. Okay. The exercise of the pardoning power is not absolute. Ay, ba't inulit ko? Delete. Delete ito, delete. No? Hindi na kailangan yan. Nasabi ko na kanina, no? Distinguish pardon and amnesty, ayan na, no? Nature. Private, public. O, ayan. As to who grants, the president alone. Ito isa, president at saka Congress. As to when after conviction by final judgment. Okay? Ayusin na lang na, linisin na lang to later on pag hindi lagay na sa mismo reviewer. As to which crimes, no? Ito mga ano na lang to. Important but not as important as the nature. Effect. Ito. Nature. Effect pala, ayan, effect, no? Effect pala important. Okay, yung pardon abolishes the punishment. Okay, you get the point. As to which crimes, generally all crimes, political offenses, like ano ba yan? Ang nag-grantan po ng amnesty as far as I can recall yung nag-Oakwood mutiny. At that time, nag-mutiny sila. So ang magiging kaso nila, coup d'etat. Oh, hindi pa rin regardless, no, na amnesty, hindi sila nakulong at all. Nakatakbo pa nga yung isa, di ba? Naging senador pa ng Pilipinas. Okay. Judicial notice, pardon, hindi po kasi it's a private act. Meanwhile, ang amnesty, may judicial notice kasi political siya, public act. No? Public act. Okay. Diplomatic power, the president, tandaan nyo ha, is the sole organ of the nation in its external relations and its sole representative with foreign nations. No? Hindi po ang senador, hindi po ang congressman, hindi po sila dapat nagiging representative ng Pilipinas sa foreign nations. Ang pwede lang po, actually, president at saka yung mga alter ego ng president. Sino ba yan? DFA secretary. Ayan, ang laging emisaryo. Ang emisaryo lagi ng president, DFA secretary. O DFA secretary, sino naman yung mga emisaryo? Yung mga ambassador natin. O ganun, basically ng pecking order. Ambassador, DFA secretary, President of the Philippines. So what are the foreign affairs? No? Powers granted to the president. Power to enter into treaties. Of course, may limitation yan. Dapat concurred by at least 2/3 of the members of the Senate. Hindi po kailangan ng intervention ng House. Tandaan nyo yan. Pero ang amnesty, kailangan both houses. Ang treaty, only one house. Senate in this case. Okay. Power to enter into executive agreements. Pag executive agreements po, hindi kailangan ng kahit sino mag-concur. President lang yan. Power to appoint ambassadors, no, with the concurrence of the Commission on Appointments. Actually, kulang. May isa pa dyan, no? Dadagdagan natin. Power, no, to appoint the secretary, di ba? Nailagay, of the DFA, of the Department of Foreign Affairs, no? Again, with the concurrence of the Commission on Appointments, no? So, yeah. Yan. Okay? We're good there. So, yan. Unang tanong, no? Hindi ko alam kung tinanong sa bar namin ata ito. Who ratifies a treaty? Tandaan nyo, the President ratifies the treaty. Okay? The Senate only concurs or withholds its concurrence to the ratification, but the President ratifies all treaties. Pag pinirma na ni Presidente, ratified na yan, no? Pero syempre, hindi pa siya matatransform, di ba, under the doctrine of transformation in the Philippines unless there will be concurrence by the Senate. Sana po get natin yun. Okay, sige. Okay, proceed po tayo sa mga examples, no? So ito, no, the President ratified the Madrid Protocol through an instrument of accession, no? The President treated the accession as an executive agreement. Later, Mr. A filed a petition contending that the accession was not effective in the Philippines since the Senate's concurrence was not obtained. So is Mr. A correct? No. Kasi po sa executive agreement, no, hindi kailangan ng Senate concurrence. So how do we determine kung ano ba, kung ang isang agreement ba ay treaty, international agreement, or executive agreement lang? Punta po tayo dito. No? Let's differentiate a treaty and an executive agreement. So a treaty, the nature of treaties, political issues, changes of national policy, or of permanent character. International agreements that are of permanent character. On the other hand, ano po ba ang executive agreements? They involve details carrying out an established national policy which is temporary in character. Basically, ganito po, no? Gawa na lang natin ng distinction. Pag sinabi mong treaty, political. Pag sinabi mong executive agreements, normally commercial in nature po 'yan. Kulang nga ito, dapat may commercial in nature na naisulat diyan eh. Dali lang Next. International law. A treaty is an international agreement concluded between states, whatever. Okay. Sa Philippines po may distinction, no? Pero pag tiningnan natin sa international law, a treaty is an international agreement concluded between states, whatever its particular designation. So, pag po sa international law, walang pagkakaiba. Okay, so lahat yan treaty basically. Lahat yan international agreement. Wala po executive agreement, walang treaty sa Philippines po. Meron. So, tingnan natin. Wait lang. Ayan, no? Ito po ang mga usual examples ng idadagdag natin dito, no? Ayan. Examples of executive agreements are, ayan. Ayan, no? commercial, consular relations, no? Most favored nations rights, patent rights, trademark, o ayan, copyright, no? Postal and navigation arrangement and settlement of claims. Executive agreements po siya. Basically, hindi siya political in nature. Commercial, basically business in nature, like ang trademarks. Commercial in nature yan. On the other hand, anong example ng mga political? Ano ang rights ng mga ambassador sa Philippines? Mga ganyan, ang mga ano, what is a war crime? What is genocide? What is crimes against humanity? Yung mga yan, pag pumirma tayo, treaty yan. Ano pa? Yung ano, UNCLOS 3. Pag pumirma tayo dyan, treaty yan kasi political in nature about na sa teritoryo ng Pilipinas yan. Yan po ang mga example ng treaties. Okay? Treaty yan. Ano ba? Yun, you get the point. No? On the other hand, basta isipin nyo na lagi, political in nature, treaty, commercial in nature, normally executive agreements. Okay, so Philippine law, ang treaty po kailangan ng concurrence sa Senate, ang executive agreement, no need. Okay, tapusin natin dito, no? Last example, last topic natin for diplomatic power. Next video natin, na-exilan to, next video natin, sa appropriation sa tayo. So alam naman natin na nag-withdraw po si President Duterte at that time sa International Criminal Court. Di ba nag-withdraw sa Rome Statute ang tawag dyan. O later on, the Philippines formally submitted its notice of withdrawal sa UN. O inaccept ng UN, no? Ngayon, this withdrawal was made without Senate's concurrence. So ang problem po kasi, alam naman natin, like ito, treaty to eh. Di ba? Rome Statute, political in nature. What is crimes against humanity? Political ang usapan na yan, di ba? Meron po tayo sa Consti, how to concur, di ba? Senate, 2/3, di ba? Pero wala po tayo ng how to withdraw. So nagkaroon po ngayon ng parang gap. So in-address po sa kaso na to, no? Cayetano versus Pangilinan versus Cayetano 2021 case kung paano ba ang method of withdrawal ng Pilipinas sa treaty. So ito po ang guidelines, no? The president enjoys some leeway in withdrawing from agreements which he or she determines to be contrary to the Constitution or to the statutes. Basically, meron siyang discretion. Next, the president cannot unilaterally withdraw from agreements which were entered into pursuant to congressional imprimatur. Ano ba ibig sabihin no? 'Di ba? Ang lalim. Okay. Ibig po sabihin niya, congressional imprimatur refers to a statute mandating the president to enter into a treaty. Basically, gumawa po ng mayroong statute, no? Na naipasa, no? Siyempre, may approval din ng president, malamang statute 'yan. Sabi po sa statute na 'yon, kailangan mag-enter ang Philippines sa isang bagong base agreement, sabihin natin, with USA, saka Canada, sabihin natin. Samahan natin ng Japan, Australia. 4 na bansa daw. Yun ang nakalagay sa law, domestic law natin. No? Mag-enter dapat si Presidente into basis agreements with 4 nations. So, ayan. Congressional imprimatur yun. So sabihin natin, nagkaroon ng treaty later on, no? Nag-concur ng Senate, no problem. Hindi pwedeng mag-unilaterally withdraw yung president later on tapos papaalisin lahat ng mga foreign nations sa Philippines. That's not allowed. That's not allowed. Kailangan, meron din concurrence na ng both houses yung withdrawal kasi nga, congressional imprimatur. Imprimatur yung pag-enter into a treaty in the first place. Next, the president cannot unilaterally withdraw from international agreements when the Senate conditionally concurs. What does that mean? What does conditional concurrence mean? Pwede pala to, no? It requires concurrence such that it requires concurrence also to withdraw. So, sinabi ng Senate, we concur, no? Dun sa ratification ng president, but we also reserve our discretion, our right, our authority to concur in case the president wishes to withdraw from that treaty. Yun ang ibig sabihin ng conditional concurrence. And lastly, the president cannot unilaterally withdraw when the withdrawal itself will be contrary to a statute like congressional imprimatur nga or to a legislative authority to negotiate. Ayun na nga yun. Congressional imprimatur nga ito. Okay? We get the point. So ito po bang Philippines ba? Valid ba yung pagkaka-withdraw niya? Yes. Kasi sinunod naman yung pag-withdraw. Hindi naman natin kailangan na ilagay dito kasi international na siya. Kasi po, sinunod ng Philippines, no, ni Presidente, sinunod niya yung method under the Rome Statute. Paano i-withdraw? Paano mag-withdraw from the Rome Statute? Okay, nasunod. Wala din namang congressional imprimatur, no? Wala din namang conditional concurrence yung Senate. That means pwede talagang unilateral withdrawal yung president. Okay, for the next video natin, tandaan nyo na lang at treaty executive agreement, uulitin ko. Political versus commercial in nature. Tandaan nyo, ang trabaho din ng konsula, yan ang pagkakaiba, no? International law para mas simple sa inyo. Ano ang pagkakaiba ng ambassador sa konsul? Well, isa niyan is absolute ang immunity ng ambassador, 'di ba? Kahit ano pa, kahit ng rape pa 'yan, ng kidnap pa 'yan, hindi po siya makukulong sa Pilipinas. Ang magiging ano lang niyan, ang magiging remedy lang ng Philippines is to sever sever the diplomatic relations between the two states. Pag konsul naman, immune lang siya with respect to acts acts niya in the exercise of his official functions. That's the first distinction. Second is, yan, political in nature po ang trabaho ng ambassador. He represents the foreign state. Meanwhile, ang consul, commercial in nature ang trabaho. Okay? Commercial in nature, no? So yun, like kaya po pag nagpasa tayo ng mga visa, commercial in nature siya, di ba? Sa consul. Consul yan. Okay, you get the point. Okay, sige. Magpapakasal, consul din normally, di ba? Okay, so tandaan niyo yan, ha? Yan ang kailangan makita ng bar examiner pag pinag-differentiate treaty and executive agreement, testing kayo. Treaties are normally political in nature. They normally change the national policy of the Philippines, like yan. Pag-enter ng Amerika ulit sa bases natin, nagbago ang national policy natin, di ba? And treaties are normally permanent in nature. Meanwhile, sa kabila, opposite lang. Basically, i-opposite nyo lang eh. Di ba? Commercial in nature. They do not change national policy. They just carry out an established, a settled national policy. And executive agreements are temporary in nature. O ganun, something like that, no? International law, there is no distinction between a treaty and an executive agreement. Now, with respect to the Constitution, a treaty requires the concurrence. Di ba? May tatlo na kayong di ba? Dami yun ng distinction. No? Mapa-perfect 5/5 nyo na yung tanong. O 3/3, di ba? A treaty is but concluded, nilagay ko mali, is ratified. Yan. Is ratified by the President with the concurrence of at least 2/3 of all the members of the Senate. Meanwhile, yung isa, no need. Okay? So, okay, next video natin sa appropriation po tayo. No? Ano ba ang role ng President sa appropriation? Sige.